So welcome to day 5 of this daily reset. I'm sharing what I've understood about healing stress for good. I'm going to share another top tip with you today, something I wish I'd understood a lot earlier on. It's so important, and that's how we use our voice to express what we're feeling, because so much of this gets suppressed in stress. We don't feel safe. Everything gets held in, not only in that contraction that stress creates in the body, in the muscles, but it's also what we hold in, what we don't say, what we don't feel safe to say for so many reasons. And I share all this in the 6-week Alchemy of Stress. This is a daily connection, very much like we're doing here, but where I'm bringing in awareness about the origin of stress, understanding how stress gets held in the body and how to release that through somatic practices, but also in that very important conscious connection of reconnecting to what we feel in the body. Once we're in that conscious connection and we start to connect to what we're feeling and understanding how everything's connected, thoughts, emotions, and how these are producing physical sensations in the body, and this is how the body communicates, we can start to use our voice, the power of our voice. That's your personal power. If you don't feel safe to express yourself, we lose so much of our power in our ability to ask for what we need, to say what we feel, to express the very essence of who we are. That's our authentic expression. And this is another fabulous benefit of healing stress. You come back to that authenticity of who you've always been, but perhaps have never been able to explore because of that suppression and stress. And so I really encourage you to speak out loud. When you're connecting with what you feel, you're saying, I feel this. And using affirmations isn't just something we can say that sounds nice and healing. You know, it has meaning because you're choosing to say something. You have to be conscious in that choice. And this is why it's so important to speak out loud, because we can do so much healing somatically in that conscious connection with the body. We can re-establish a relationship with the body and with yourself, because the two are synonymous. But then the thoughts that we're thinking, still very creative. They can still be very much in that old stress pattern of scarcity and lack, fear in some way. And the thoughts can be on loop, and they're creative, as I said in the last daily reset. They're creating feelings. So we can be doing all this healing work, connecting consciously with the body. But if we don't break out of the patterns that are cemented at the level of the mind, all the stress that we've experienced during our lifetime, then we're recreating. So to break out of that reactive loop of stress, we're doing the somatic work, the conscious connection with the body on the one hand, but we're also doing work to consciously create through what we're choosing to say. And that way we're starting to use the power of our voice and to unblock everything that's been stuck, suppressed through fear of being able to speak freely, to say what you feel, to say what you need, to say what you choose. And that's why I'm not telling you what to say. It's about reconnecting and making a conscious choice of how you're speaking to yourself, how you're speaking to your body. And there can be a lot of resistance there in the beginning. I know that was true for me. I felt very uncomfortable using affirmations, saying things out loud, using my voice. And that's part of the healing. Okay, because if you're free to speak, you're free to be, okay? So be aware of when you're using your voice. If you're feeling uncomfortable, if there's resistance, it's okay, you don't have to force that. But it's progressively freeing up your ability to express yourself, which is the opposite of suppressing yourself, okay? So holding that awareness, bringing it into this practice, this daily reset. You don't have to do anything with it. The awareness is already powerful. There's already change in that awareness. You can just hold it, allow it to be. Okay, so as always, bringing your awareness into your body. You can close your eyes, getting a sense of your physical presence, the weight of your body, wherever you're sitting, wherever you're lying. Connecting with the breath. And this is very basic, very foundational practice. Becoming present. Shifting out of any busyness of the mind. Shifting out of any reactivity, any stress state, mental, emotional, physical. They're all connected. And again, there's a choice in consciously connecting. You're having to direct the focus of your mind, your attention into the body, to what you're feeling. And any time you observe you're lost in thought, in those repetitive loops, the mind, mental chatter, understanding as you bring your awareness to your body, you can see how thoughts and feelings are connected. Both are creative. Thoughts create feelings and feelings create thoughts. There's that reactive loop, reactive stress cycle. And each time you see this, observe this, you can choose to bring your awareness, your attention into the body, to what you're feeling. So just connecting with the breath, the inhale, the exhale. And as you do that, letting go of the need to force anything. Your presence is enough. Your presence is powerful. Your presence is healing. Observing as you breathe in that expansion in the belly, the chest, rib cage. And as you breathe out, there's a softening, a release, a letting go. Stay with that flow. Movement of the breath in the body, how it feels in the body, in your own time. Keeping a gentle awareness on the breath, you can start to explore what you're feeling and what the body's communicating in different sensations. And you might be aware that the mind is still active, still aware of thoughts, the pull of the mind. But you're choosing to be present in the body, to reconnect, conscious connection, and to observe what you're feeling and where you're feeling it in the body. Again, aware of any resistance. We're not trying to get rid of this. Perhaps there's worry, anxiety about what you're feeling, or maybe you're just simply feeling anxious and aware of how this feels in the body. Not trying to get rid of it, not trying to fix anything, just observing what the body's communicating and choosing to be present with it, choosing to allow it to be, knowing that your presence is enough. You are enough. And again, there may be a lot of resistance in the mind, thoughts that are doubtful, creating confusion. And again, it's being able to observe these thoughts and know that you are not your thoughts. These are thoughts that are created through stress, often early on in childhood. And it's an ability to see what the mind's up to and how this is connected to what you're feeling in the body. And there's a choice as to whether you engage in those thoughts or allow them to be, not needing to fight them, not needing to fight yourself, just observing how everything's connected. Again, there's an awareness of the breath, calming effect on the nervous system. Inhale, exhale. As you're observing different sensations in the body, again, you can say out loud, I feel this. And you can describe the sensation and where you feel it. There's that acknowledgement of what the body's communicating, what the body's showing you, calling your attention to. You're acknowledging what you feel, and that way you're acknowledging yourself, your own experience. And this way we're starting to value ourselves by bringing attention to what it is you feel, where perhaps stress has caused you to ignore that, to suppress it. Again, this is to do with the way we show care and consideration, appreciation, and start to value our experience, value the body, value ourselves. Again, it's in that conscious connection. So in your own time, if you feel comfortable saying out loud what it is you feel, and that communication with the body, that response, acknowledging, recognizing, expressing in your own time. Again, the more you do this consistently, the more you'll understand intuitively what it is your body's communicating. And understanding physical pain is often an expression of emotional pain, hurt, that hasn't been able to be expressed in some way. And so as you say, I feel this pain, it hurts. It's not just a physical pain, it's an understanding that there is a deeper emotional component to this. It's helping your body, understanding as you're in this conscious connection that you are a supportive presence, a healing presence. You're working with your body to create the conditions for healing and for your body to come back into balance naturally, which is what the body knows how to do. It knows how to come back into balance, homeostasis. It's designed to do this. And you can speak in a way that is supportive. It's normal to feel this. It's okay to feel this. It's safe to feel. We're human. We're designed to feel. And again, what we're feeling, what the body is communicating, is giving us information, valuable information about our experience. And it's learning not to fear this, but to engage with it, to understand what the body's communicating in this way. Okay. So taking your time, having expressed, I feel, as you've engaged in that conscious connection with your body and what you're feeling, you can choose what it is you wish to say to yourself, to your body, as an affirmation or an intention, or simply part of that conversation. And in a way that is supportive or simply authentic. Again, this isn't about pretending or whitewashing. This is about allowing yourself to express what you feel. And there's no right or wrong. Again, it's freeing up the energy center, the throat chakra. It's freeing your voice. And in doing so, freeing yourself. Okay? So in your own time. As always, you can continue this practice if you feel called to. You can write your feelings, your thoughts in the comments below. I hope this was helpful. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next post and in the next daily reset.